This session of Pre-AP Algebra 2, we are going to add, subtract, multiply polynomials. You're already familiar with some of the terminology, what a monomial is, what a binomial is, what a trinomial is, and a polynomial. And then you should also be familiar with standard form, when we put a polynomial in descending order by its exponents. And so now we're going to focus in on collecting like terms so that we can go about adding, subtracting, or multiplying polynomials. Our first example here, we are going to be looking at taking our like terms, things that are alike. And so if we look at our first term here, 7x to the third power, there's another third degree term, and so we're going to combine those together. We have 7 plus, right here, plus 2. And so our 7 plus 2 is going to give us 9, or it's x to the third power. The exponent and the variable do not change. Our next common like term in descending order, that's the third degree term here that we have. So that's third degree term. We're going to go to the second degree term. So we've got a negative 4x squared. And we have a negative 9x squared. Negative 4 combined with a negative 9 is a negative 13. And once again, x and to the second power. Continue with our descending order as we go through and collect like terms. We have our first degree terms. So we have a negative x and we have a positive x. So that when we combine those together, they cancel each other out. And the only thing left is our constant terms, of which I have a positive 8 with a negative 1. And so positive 8, when I combine that with a negative 1, then I will have a positive 7. And so now I have my answer in descending order, and I've combined like terms. Let's go to example number 2. In example number 2, we have a subtraction problem. I suggest that in your subtraction problem that you get rid of your parentheses first. The first set of parentheses, there's nothing outside that first parenthesis there. So I'm going to write my polynomial down just as it is, because I'm distributing a positive 1, so negative 7 x to the fourth power. There's no third degree term. I'm going to leave a little bit of space. Plus 11 x squared minus x minus 8. Now the other polynomial, it has a negative sign right here in front of the parentheses. So that's going to need to be distributed, multiplied with every single term that's in that second polynomial. So that second polynomial, everything inside becomes the opposite of what it actually is. And so I have a negative 5x to the third power. There is no third degree term, so I'm going to make its own little column with a negative 5x to the third. I have a negative, well, it's actually positive, but it becomes a negative, 10x to the fourth power. So minus 10x to the fourth power. Then I have a positive 6x after I distribute the negative sign. There is no second degree term, so I can skip that. Plus 6x. And then the positive 14 becomes negative 14 minus 14. And now I can combine my like terms all together. They're in the same column. Negative 7 combined with a negative 10 is negative 17. X to the fourth. There's only one third degree term, minus 5x to the third power. There's only one second degree term, plus 11x squared plus 5x. And then minus 22. Ran out of room a little bit there.